Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
An aggressive counter-attack or two. This system can accommodate that, and I certainly hope we're going to get something positive in response, and it's not going to be all defence.
So that's got things underway. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This guy, João Cancelo, will be key, Peter, I think. OK, he might not be the strongest defensively, but his pace, his crossing, the creativity he shows higher up the pitch, all of those are second to none, especially the way he exploits those half spaces to find telling passes. It more than makes up for the odd defensive wobble.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Delivered in. Clears it away. Have it back and can go again. Pedro Neto. Bernardo Silva. João Cancelo. Oh, such a clever touch. João Cancelo, up he goes! And it's Mendes. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Vega does really well to win the ball there. Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. João Felix. Pedro Neto. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. That is good, super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Pedro Neto, Cristiano Ronaldo. Sanchez. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's in plenty of space here. That's not going far. João Felix. Nuno Mendes. Vega. Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Sanchez. João Felix. Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Cuts out the pass. Alvarez. Moved on forwards. It's an inviting looking ball, that. That wasn't the greatest of balls. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Vega. Nuno Mendes. Vega. Bernardo Silva. Nuno Mendes with the cross. And it's Mendes. Nuno Mendes tries a cross. And he's there to clear it. Clipped into space. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Neto. Bernardo Silva. Oh, what a pass! And that has been clubbed away. Alvarez producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, good spread. He has found the way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a nicely weighted pass. And it's hoisted clear. Cross from Cancelo. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Pedro. Great chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Portugal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Sanchez looking to run onto it. Brilliantly cut out.
Portugal, well, Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're weighing up their options to see how long they can sustain this and suppress those wide opposition players.
João Felix. Pedro Neto. And the finish! And he comes up trumps again.
Pedro Neto really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
Jimenez powering forward here. And here's Raul. And he's managed to get free. It's anyone's ball now. And he thumps it clear. He's in space and looking for options. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. They've played it short. And it's Alvarez. Sanchez. And here's Raul. Out to the right. Showing good feet. Turns and goes back. That's good play. Alvarez. Nuno Mendes. Mendes forwards and with intent. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And here's João Felix. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes stood his ground strongly. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
He just needed to be quicker then. This defence won't give you time to second-guess yourself.
That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Getting this one clear. João Felix, and it's played forward. Pedro Neto. That's really well manoeuvred. Cleared without complication. Nice control. Mexico still without a single shot on target. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Cancelo. João Felix. João Felix! Sanchez gets rid without sophistication. Climbs up big! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Cristiano Ronaldo is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
And claimed it back swiftly. Araujo. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Yeah, he's fouled him there. And it's Mendes. Cristiano Ronaldo. Alvarez shifted upfield. João Felix. João Cancelo. That's very neat. Bernardo Silva. João Felix. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And he's there to clear it. Oh, sweet feet. And here's João Felix. João Felix! He can get that clear. And it's Cancelo. That is a brilliant interception. That's the throw. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. Bernardo Silva. João Felix. Cross goes. It's a mighty effort! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And it's Mendes. Oh, a delicate chip through. Lovely bit of skill. Plenty waiting in the middle. Now it's Pedro Neto. Clears it away. Now it's Jimenez. Sanchez. Alvarez. And here's Raul. And a chance!
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Nuno Mendes. João Felix. Bernardo Silva. João Cancelo. Played towards the other side. That's a good ball. He's had a shot! Goal! Portugal!
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Portugal have taken the lead.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And he's on a charge. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance already. Ball comes in. Bruno Fernandes. Aim forwards. Cleared away. Portugal have reclaimed it. Alvarez. Bernardo Silva. Araujo, gently done. And it's played forward. João Felix, spread out to the left. A chance to play it in. He is just caressing the ball. And he's got his cross in. And he's shooting! Oh, that is rather wayward.
João Felix really looks sharp out there. That first touch, sensational.
Raul. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Sanchez, aimed in towards the centre. Cristiano Ronaldo. Vega. Nuno Mendes. Moved on forwards. Pedro Neto. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
That's really well manoeuvred. And play for a throw. And it's Bernardo Silva. Danger averted for now. Raul. That is a little undercooked. Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Now it's Jimenez. Aim forwards. And here's Raul. Vega did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Joao Felix. Pedro Neto. Joao Felix. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Played into them. Oh, what a climb! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Lovely feet. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Can he finish? It's off target and by quite a way.
Bruno Fernandes probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Great defending, strong and determined. Cristiano Ronaldo. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Alvarez. And it's Alvarez. Alvarez. Oh, that's nice. Pedro Neto, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's found a way through. João Felix. Bruno Fernandes. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Clears it away. And it's Mendes. That is lovely. Pedro Neto, who's set up one goal so far. Now it's João Felix. Oh, great chance! He's having a shot! And it's been taken short. Nuno Mendes. Over to the left. That's tidy. João Felix. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Muscular approach does pay off here. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Pedro Neto. Alvarez. And here's Raul. Oh, easy pickings there. There's no getting past him. It's really well defended. Alvarez. That could be a big one. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss would be amused.
Mexico grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, it seems to me they'll both be pushing for another now. Could be a critical phase.
Raul. Alvarez. And it's Raul. Ball's played through. That's really well manoeuvred. João Cancelo. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Great run on the overlap here. Bernardo Silva. Vega. Nuno Mendes. Alvarez. Very nicely done. That's a dangerous ball. Great challenge, time to perfection. Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Proves too strong. Sanchez. Can he latch on to this? Mendes does really well to win the ball there. Bruno Fernandes, gently done. João Felix. Nuno Mendes. Vega. Nuno Mendes. Antonio Silva. Nuno Mendes. João Felix. Bernardo Silva. João Felix. Nice physical challenge. Now it's Jimenez. He is just caressing the ball. And it's Alvarez. Out to the left it goes. Alvarez. That's tidy. There are a few waiting for it. He's well positioned here. Raul. Can he find the finish? Good chance here! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Mexico really have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign.
Bernardo Silva. Vega. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. João Cancelo. Pedro Neto. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Araujo. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. João Felix. Pedro Neto. Nuno Mendes. Gets good distance on it. And that's been won straight back. Joao Felix. Joao Felix, played out to the left flank. Mendes, bullish header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Mexico, well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Alvarez. Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Cancelo. Joao Felix. Oh, nice touch. Bernardo Silva. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo is fouled. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Alvarez wins the duel this time. Sanchez. Moved on forwards. Alvarez. Good play on the left-hand side here. Nuno Mendes. Joao Felix. Joao Felix. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Lovely bit of skill. Nuno Mendes with the cross. Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. Joao Felix picks it up out wide. And it's hoisted clear. And that has been cleared. He's on it, can he get away? And he's had a shot! Dinks one through. Antonio Silva can get it clear. And we're not going to make any further progress now. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's played forward. He's onto it in a flash. Alvarez. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Oh, and that pass just didn't quite work. Vega, aim forwards. João Cancelo. Alvarez. Sanchez. Alvarez. And it's Raul. Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Some good work on the right flank here. Oh, some tackle that. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's really well manoeuvred. Pedro Neto! Oh, it's come loose. Moved on forwards. Strong running down that left flank. Out to the left it goes. Oh, smashing header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Araujo shifted upfield. Nuno Mendes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Sanchez, gently done. Sanchez is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Pedro Neto. Alvarez has given away a free kick. And it's Cancelo. Bernardo Silva. Shot at goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Calmly anticipates. Nuno Mendes. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Bernardo Silva, forwards and with intent. João Cancelo. That is lovely. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo! Aim forwards. And it's Raul. Sanchez. Alvarez. Time to deliver. Sanchez crosses it in. Bernardo Silva. That's really well manoeuvred. Bruno Fernandes. Joao Felix. Joao Cancelo. Joao Felix. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Mendes has been caught there, it's a foul. Oh, this is a great position. He's having a shot! Pedro Neto. Alvarez. Moved on forwards. Vega. Pedro Neto. Joao Cancelo. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Vega. Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. Alvarez. And it's played forward. Keeper's got good distance on that. Great defending, strong and determined. Bruno Fernandes. Joao Felix. Joao Cancelo. Joao Cancelo played over towards the opposite flank. Joao Felix. Nuno Mendes. And a shot! In for the pieces! And one more try! Goal! Portugal! And again they hit the front. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Portugal take the lead. Alvarez succumbs to the pressure. Bernardo Silva aim forwards. And here's Neto. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Pedro Neto. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Jimenez. Sanchez. Flashes it across. And that has been cleared.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now Joao Felix does well to get it back. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Sanchez. It's a throw-in. Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Great work on the overlap. Oh, what a climb! He should have put that one away.
Cristiano Ronaldo really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Pedro Neto.
Portugal clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Sanchez. And it's Alvarez. Over to the left. Now here's the delivery.
It was hopeful, to say the least. You need more men inside the box, more movement, otherwise it's pretty much a waste.
Sanchez. Nice control. Played out wide. Hit into the middle.
Mexico really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Antonio Silva, forwards and with intent. Joao Felix. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. João Cancelo, and that's aimed into the middle. Climbs up big! No mistake! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Portugal, look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Portugal go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Sanchez looks to the other side. He came in hard, very hard. Antonio Silva. Bernardo Silva moved on forwards. Alvarez. Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. Araujo. Bernardo Silva. João Cancelo. Antonio Silva. That's really well manoeuvred. Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes. Does really well to win the ball there. Sanchez. Alvarez. That's a good run down the left. Cross in, looks like a good one. It's going to go a long way. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Diogo Costa, long ball by the goalkeeper. He's going to be disappointed with that. Sanchez. And he's there to get it away. Alvarez. And here's Raul. Out towards the flank. Araujo. João Cancelo. And he goes cross-field. Nuno Mendes. Looks to the other side. Can he deliver? And here's Raul. Raul. Raul! Oh, it's our goal!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one. João Felix. Nuno Mendes. Played into the middle. And that was very necessary. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. Look, their supporters must be going balmy about this because there's no sense of purpose in what we're seeing.
Mexico to make one last surge forward. João Felix. So time is nearly up. One final twist, perhaps. Alvarez. Ambitious ball here. And he cuts out the supply.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Now it's Pedro Neto. Ronaldo gets flagged offside.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Vega concedes a free kick for that.
Mexico really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Vega. Antonio Silva. Joao Felix. Pedro Neto.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Oh, that's well done, really robust.
Portugal can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Sanchez. Joao Felix. Pedro Neto. Joao Felix. Ronaldo. Oh, cracking ball. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. That's really well manoeuvred. Sanchez. Sanchez puts them all in. Sanchez. And it's Raul. And there goes the final whistle. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
It was a very good game.